things that you will need to do, and that's when you are standing at the polls, it's important first to engage, but it's also important to know how to disengage with the person. You will have time wasters. Okay? You'll have the guy who wants to discuss with you some minutia of policy, and so it's really important to be able to politely disengage yourself. I mean, you just have to say, I'm sorry, but I've got other people I have to talk to. You have to be ready to do the second Tuesday in September 10th.
Anybody in this room that wants help a day, you might want to think about putting in that day out now. Because that's what I find is a lot of times it gets up close, people are like, oh, I have to work that day. It's like a religion. Not thinking you can do it out.
That's another thing. Your heavy hours are probably 7 to 9 in the morning, 11:30 to 1:30, and then 3 o'clock onward. So those are the times you get to plan
where it is, where the poet,
this kind of voter activity really does affect the election. This is your opportunity to affect the outcome more than just your vote. I've been in the legislature since 2001, elected in 2000, and the most difficult thing in any election is warm bodies. Money can be gotten. I don't think you need as much as people say you need. But more than anything else, you need warm bodies, and they are very hard to come by.
In August, and I'm going to do something, I would think that I would want the entire network to be able to know about it, because if they're not doing something on that day, so maybe I'm just thinking, you know, like the Liberty Caucus has our little Yahoo group.
Yeah.
It might not be a bad idea.
You know what? The old Ron Paul meetup.
But I'm thinking, well, but like I wouldn't get that. I don't know.
I think what you're saying is something on the same order of us, not necessarily that particular list, but the same, generically the same function.
That way, if you know the candidate, I mean, and maybe it's not an open list, like a list is not on the list, so then the only candidates that are able to post are the ones that you left as being willing to tap into the group, so that, you know, in our district, we're doing a lit drop, we can be, you know, posting that, hey, there's a lit drop, you know, on the west side of Manchester on such and such a date, and anybody can come, great. Because I'm thinking that there's...
Here's a personal example. Okay, I ran for city council in Dover, lost by like 42 votes. Next year I ran for state rep. I'm not knocking on the same doors, okay? Because you know where you can put your signs, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? And I had probably 6, 8, 10, 12 people. I knocked on their doors. They said, hi, I remember you. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I saw in the newspaper you lost by 40 votes. You know, we forgot to vote that day. Okay? No, it's just true story, really. So, I mean, one of the things, when you're out knocking on doors, okay, and you run across people that are firmly for you, identify those people. I mean, it may be 50, 100, 150 people, but you want to call those people the night before, or have one of your people, and just remind them, because, you know, the average Joe or Mary is not into it like we are. They're in your camp, but they forget. You know, they have
This is Dennis Goddard. He's the NHLA research director, and he's going to...
Is there anyone else, seriously, anyone in the room that does not know individually, specifically, and personally at least one candidate that you can really put your efforts behind? Or the people running as independents, people running independent campaigns? In my opinion, those campaigns are very credible if those people have been knocking on doors. I mean knocking on doors. I mean, it's like...
For Rockham District 1, time-wise, far more effective than knocking on doors is going to the dump.
Yeah.
Because if you can get the people to come to you, you save a lot of walking time.